Hi, we've been sharing a lot about us here, our home, what we eat, where we shop, some money affairs, and the whole lot. But we've realized we haven't really introduced us.
So today's video is going to be a little different. Wait, I think I did that in the last video. Never mind, today's video is also going to be a little different. In this video, we're going to be sharing our story of how we met, how we got engaged, and we're going full rapid fire mode with a bunch of fun questions: what makes us happy, what makes us sad, what annoys us, what we like in each other, and everything in between.
It's going to be honest, unfiltered, and very us. Let's dive in. So the first part is our story. If you aren't keen about this section, you can skip this part and go to the rapid fire. Now coming back to our story. It was 2018, I think. I was living by myself with a flatmate, and this flatmate had a sister. She studied in Hobart. So my flatmate, she has visited her sister in Hobart. For context, we live in Sydney. So my flatmate was doing her masters in Sydney. She visited her sister in Hobart and she met her sister's friends in Hobart. One of those friends were moving to Sydney for work. So naturally, my flatmate, she got that friend to visit our place. Now this friend is of the same age as mine. In fact, it's just 3 days apart. His birthday is 3 days after mine. And he visited to our place. We became friends and we started hanging out and all of it. He had recently moved to Sydney and he was living in a flatmate type setup in somewhere in North Sydney. So a few months down the line, he wanted to look a place for himself because one of his friends was moving from India to Sydney to search for a job. So me and this friend, both of us, we just went to look for properties and we finalized on one property in Ryde. And then there's this friend coming in to live with him. And that friend is, guess who? It's him. So that's how I got to know Karthik. So it was through my flatmate, friend, and friend's friend. We are very good friends with that friend, and he lives in Brisbane now. Now, all three of us would hang out all the time. Karthik moved to Sydney in search of job. This is my timeline, right? This is 2018, around August. He moved to Sydney to search for jobs. And he was looking for jobs. And me, the friend, and Karthik will all hang out. And one such trip was all of us wanted to go see Sculptures by the Sea in Bondi Beach.
So this is an annual event that happens right around the end of the year?
No. It happens around springtime. Happens in Bondi Beach. So this friend, he bailed on us last minute. So Karthik and I had to go there. So we didn't want to miss this, so we thought we'll just go. So the two of us went. We took public transport. We went there. We did browse around for a while. We were checking out all the sculptures and all of that, but it was so crowded. Do you remember? It was so crowded. And then the sculptures were very contemporary and it didn't make sense.
We couldn't understand, like
what was
99% of it we couldn't understand, so we started making up stories and just entertaining each other that way.
We were entertaining each other, and after a while it was really crowded, so we thought, okay, we'll just go to a bar or a pub and
we just started bar hopping.
We'll spend some time in the bar, and then we started bar hopping, and we went from Bondi Beach to Bondi Station and we took train and came back home. And at that point, I had a different flatmate. So the flatmate also joined us and we were just chatting for a long time. And that was the day when our relationship got deeper. So we got to know each other a bit more. Until then, we were friends. We would hang out. We've also done some trips to Hunter Valley, some road trips and all of it. Maybe visited temples and all of it. But it was more we were more in that friends category. That conversation that day, and then since then it started changing. So that was more of a turning point for me. So this is my timeline. And then things happened. This was around October or whatever. By December, Karthik's family wanted him back and they wanted him to look after his dad's business. So in December, he had to fly back to India, and we weren't sure what was the future for us. He went in and then he started looking after dad's business and all of it. But then we were always doing long distance. COVID also hit. So we were not able to meet each other like every year or every few months. It was super long distance all the time. I think I visited once. I visited India once in 2019 or something, and then just before COVID hit, and then we visited Philippines in between, just like a trip. But other than that, yeah, we couldn't meet each other in person for a really long time. And in 2021, Karthik felt enough is enough, and when the borders opened, he said, "I quit to his dad's business," and he moved here. Yeah. And then he found a job, and we got engaged, and rest is out there.
It was a tough decision for me to make. At that point in time, I had to either choose my career or her. Of course, I had to choose her. I could build a career anywhere. Like, you just need the skill set. You can build career anywhere. It was a tough decision on my family too, but later they understood. So now it's all happy.
Now it's all happy days. Yeah. Yes, we are all one big happy family.
so we've been through our fair share of struggles and hardships as well in this relationship.
Yeah. So I hope this gives you some context on how we met and how we happened.
Okay, there's one small thing that you forgot to mention. It was on the night we met at Sculptures by the Sea, and we came on the day, and we came home. You introduced me to a drink called Ouzo, and in case, like, if you're listening to this and if you haven't tried that drink, it's called Ouzo, O-U-Z-O.
We don't even know if we are pronouncing it properly. We just call it Ouzo.
Give it a try. It has become like one of our favorite drinks because I tried it for the first time that night and I loved it. It was so good. If you're someone who drinks alcohol and if you would like to try something new, please give it a try.
I got that from Greece. I had been to Europe earlier that year, and I had bought some alcohol from Europe. First impressions about Karthik. So I knew Karthik as this friend that was coming from India and was going to look for a job. So my friend showed a picture of Karthik along with some of his other friends as well. They were having food or something, and I was like, "Oh, this is the fellow. He's Karthik. He's coming here, and that's why we want to, look for a house and all that." So I was like, "Oh, he looks like a South American." That was my first impression. That's what I told him. "Oh, he looks like South American." So that was my first impression of Karthik.
My first impression of Vaishnavi is she is a very strong-headed woman, and that was partly because of what she was wearing and also because of my friend who kept telling me stories of them going out and the kind of character that Vaishnavi is and all that. Let me come to the dress now. She was wearing a crop top that said "Fierce AF." I'm sure you know what that means. I'm like, okay. So that was my first impression. Like, she's a really strong-headed woman, and till this day, that hasn't changed.
And our first meet was him and this other friend coming out of Woolworths in Ride Shopping Mall, I think. So they had bought milk and a few things because they were going to move into that new house and they wanted to boil milk for the first time. So they were just, dragging that shopping trolley out, and then our friend introducing me, introducing both of us. And I was wearing a crop top that said "Fierce AF," and I was wearing some leggings or something. Yeah. Yes. How long we dated before engagement? Right. I'd say we started dating around end of 2018 and we got engaged in 2022. So about 4 years. And end of 2018 and around 2020. So what, 3 years and 3.75.
That's fine.
So close to 4 years.
4 years, close to, yeah.
Yeah. So we dated for 4 years. Most of it was long distance. In that 4 years, we met perhaps 3 times. First one was in 2019. You visited Sydney because he had got his permanent residency. And again in 2019 around October, we went to Philippines just for a trip. And then in 2019, once again, I visited in India in December. We went to Goa. We attended Sunburn and all that. So that's it. So we had met 3 times before Karthik moved here to Sydney in 2021 for good. So he moved here 8th of December 2021.
That's correct. Yeah. One of the rare dates that I remember, actually.
Okay, let's get to rapid fire round. The first section is favorites and personality. Favorite color?
Red.
Green. Favorite TV show of all time?
Friends.
Breaking Bad. Favorite movie of all time?
Movie of all time.
It's rapid fire, dude.
I know.
Favorite movie? Come on.
Iron.
Anbe Shivam. Go to comfort food.
Rasam and rice.
Depending on mood, Maggi, pizza, rasam rice, biryani. One food you can eat every day.
Oh, that's easy. Oats that you make.
Rasam rice. Sweet or spicy?
Sweet.
Spicy. Movie you'll rewatch anytime.
Iron.
Zindagi na milegi dobara. Dream holiday destination.
Goa.
Venice. A smell that instantly makes you happy.
The smell of incense sticks.
For me, mallipu from my native Madurai, or smell of food. What's your friend's character?
Joey.
I'm so Monica.
That she is.
Introvert or extrovert?
I'm extroverted and you are introverted.
Introverted, yes. Okay, next is emotions and reactions. What instantly makes you happy?
You.
When you come from work. What instantly annoys you?
I really can't think of anything that annoys me. How about you? I know I annoy you a lot.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I have a list. I want to see which is the top, like, which can make to this video.
Let me know if you relate to this.
What annoys me is you would say you will do something, but not communicate that you have not done it. And you will not do it. So it pisses me off. What's your biggest ick?
Chewing with your mouths open.
For me, with him, it's him fiddling his fingers or legs all the time. But I also get that ick when I see with others. I can't go and scold them or do anything with them. But with him, I'll be like staring
So
at
she
him.
takes it out on me.
So it does that all the time. It's always shaking. It's super annoying. Anyway, one thing I do that makes you laugh.
Your dance. It's so funny, trust me.
It's like that, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, for me, it's his timely jokes. Timely comments, rather. He thinks it's a comment, but it makes me laugh. And I'm not someone that laughs, even for jokes. What do you do when you're stressed?
So firstly, I don't get stressed that often. And even if I get stressed, I panic and I come to you.
And stress me.
And pass it on to you and then I relax.
Yes. What do I do when I get stressed? I go and read. I try to come out of it. I want to get me out of that stressful situation, so I'm going to read and find a solution for that. So he passes on his stress. I'm finding more solutions. How do you show love?
Definitely touch through warm hugs at the end of the day. A kiss on the forehead, a kiss on the cheek. This is how I basically show love.
I show love through food, through looking after him. Now, next is relationship vibes. First impression of each other. I thought Karthik was more like Joey, very funny kind of guy. He still is.
But not to that level, I guess.
Yeah, not to that level. I've turned him a little bit more serious and responsible.
Yeah. My first impression, I think I've answered this question
Earlier?
earlier. It's you're strong-headed woman and you still are.
Okay. What was your first text to me?
Hi.
I think it's hi, yeah. It was just hi.
There was no quirky comment, there's no smart message or anything. It was just a casual hi.
Casual hi. And we were like, what, 28 or so by then? 29
Yeah.
or something like that, yeah. Who said I love you first?
I did.
Yeah, Karthik did. Who gets hangry?
That's definitely you.
Karthik thinks it's me, but I thought it was him.
I don't get hangry. I get hungry and I just go grab whatever is there in the kitchen and I eat. Whereas you have a particular list of things that you can eat or that you want to eat, and if you don't get it, you get angry.
Angry, yes.
So I think you are the one who gets hangry.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is more patient?
That's me.
Yeah, he's more patient.
Yeah.
Who apologizes first?
Both of us.
I think both of us do.
Yeah.
What's one thing we never agree on? This is fun.
Almost everything we never agree on. So It's like night and day, black and white. There's not even a gray area where we say, okay, fine, we both agree on this. It's very hard to find something that we have a common ground. But she is the more sensible one of the two, and so I let her make the decisions.
It's not exactly that. I'm very rational, and I tell him why I think what I think, and then he tells me what. Both of us tell each other why we think what we think, and then we would decide either we find a middle ground or we agree on something. And
Yeah.
most of the times, it's what I would have said. A small habit of mine that you secretly like. For me, it has happened 2 or 3 times. Like there were days when I didn't wake up that early to come and draw column. And Karthik had drawn column on those days. It was super duper sweet and I secretly loved it. And sometimes I think, okay, if I sleep in, will Karthik go and draw it? Because these days it's so cold.
Yeah.
A small habit.
Okay, so you're not someone who sings or who can sing, but you're not also someone who expresses yourself. What I mean by that is you're more of an introvert. So when you try to do anything that's extroverted, for example, just singing along with something, that's something that I secretly like. For example, if we are going in the car and there's a song that's playing and you start singing, it's not about how well you sing, it's about the fact that you are enjoying that and you're expressing that, and that's something that I secretly like about you.
Okay.
This is something that I've never told her, actually.
I know. But I know he likes it because the way he looks at me, I figured, okay. One relationship rule we live by. At the end, for me, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We are in this together and we will fight, we will argue, but we'll deal with it together.
But we'll always come back.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the mantra.
Yeah. So we fight, we argue, we yell at each other, not a lot. We have yelled maybe 4 or 5
We have
times.
a few disagreements, so I think that's part and parcel of being with polar opposites, right?
But again, like we don't yell, like it's not like bad fights. We've never had that bad fights.
Yeah.
It lasts maybe like a
Touch
few
wood,
minutes.
yeah.
Touch wood. It lasts a few minutes. But for us, we figure what is the greater purpose here and why did we even fight in the first place. So we go into that rational mood. At least I do it and then I come and explain, and there's no ego between us. Yeah, that's the point maybe. So there's no ego between us. Like there's no such thing as he shouldn't apologize, I shouldn't apologize. We're like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have yelled, or I shouldn't have said that way. That sentence came out incorrectly and stuff like that. So that's something. So we are in this together. We'll always be together no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Next section is deepish and dreamy.
Oh, okay.
If we could time travel to one moment together, which one?
One moment, right? The time we started drinking ouzo at your apartment in Homebush.
I think I'll agree to that. So that was the same night where Karthik cooked for me. We as in me and my flatmate, we had asparagus at home and he made something with asparagus, garlic, olive oil, salt and pepper.
Yeah.
And we used that as a side dish for whatever we were drinking. So yes, that was such a sweet, wholesome moment. What does home mean to you?
It just means you. Like there's no home for me without you. So you are my home.
Yes. And this is our Vaikuntham.
Yes.
Yes, we like to spend our time here at our home. So we've made sure this feels like Vaikuntham for us. Vaikuntham means paradise or heaven.
Yeah. Heaven or paradise.
A goal we both share. I feel like we share everything. His goals are mine and my goals are his. There's no such thing as I have a separate goal versus he has a separate goal. We have common goal. It is. We want in the next 5 years, we want to be here in terms of family, in terms of financially, in terms of, I don't know what else, travel, charity, all these things. Like we discuss what we want in our life, and it's one common goal for both of us. It's not like we share anything. If we had to say something like that, then 50% of it is his and 50% of it is mine.
Yeah.
It's just one common goal. And the goals are travel a bit, have a certain amount in terms of finances, grow our family. Do you have anything that comes to mind?
Grow our YouTube account as well.
One thing we are working on as a couple,
This YouTube channel.
and our health and fitness journey also.
Yeah,
Like
that has always been a priority for us.
always.
Yeah, that is like always, no matter what happens, health is and will always be our priority. But for now, I think the focus is more towards building our YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can say that that is our priority now.
For now, yes.
Yes.
What are you most grateful for right now? For me, I'm super happy, super content about this life, my husband, the family, the support that we get from our friends and family. I'm super happy. Touch wood, I'm super blessed with good work as well. So there's nothing to not be ungrateful about. I am blessed and I'm grateful for this life, and I thank, I believe in God, so I thank God every single day for such an amazing life.
Yeah. I think we share the same vision here. We're just happy to be alive and we're just happy to be where we are. We feel super blessed. That's pretty much it. We're just happy and content in life. And we just want to keep doing good and maybe provide some value to the community and friends around us. And that's one of the reasons we started this channel as well.
Okay, dogs, that was end of rapid fire and some deep, dreamy questions.
That was more fun and emotional than we expected.
If you have made it this far, thank you for being here. This channel is about keeping it real, and this video felt like a pause and share who we really are.
Let us know in the comments if you want a part 2, maybe something more deeper or something more themed, and we'll try to do that for you.
We'll see you in another one.
Bye.